What's happening, guys? Well, Mr. Michael was most awesome and had a hammer in his car, and we were able to tighten up Zena's chain, and that was the entire problem. I have no idea how that chain got loose. Not loose, but yeah, not good. But now she running fine. We actually used the tools from the DRZ stock toolkit. So kids, if you don't have another tool roll, do not leave home without that thing. It literally has almost everything you need to take apart a DRZ400S. And this kid is gone. I told him when we got back to the truck, I was like, dude, you gotta remember, A, I don't ride that much anymore, and B, you're an enduro racer, so you do what you gotta do. I'll catch up. So, kudos to him, man. Thanks for bringing me out, brother. I appreciate that. It's cool to meet you, and thanks again a bunch. Whoa. Alright, let's get ready to ride again. Thanks a bunch for taking care of Zena. There's no way I would have been doing that on the side of the trail. I just don't work on her that much, like, mechanically. I thought that her chain was about to go, so we literally limped it back to the trucks from where we were. I'm glad that happened before we got to that nasty rock garden he was talking about on that trail. But now we're on Beulah. This is Beulah, not Ferris Bueller. I don't quite know what Beulah means. He said not Ferris Bueller, but Beulah. And I was like, oh, cool. But I like this trail. I just don't know whether it's two-way or not. Like, that's the only thing that scares me. I'd like to be down there, but I don't want to be down there if there's going to be quads coming the other way, which there has been quite often. Or at least quads going the same way. Yeah, I mean, so I told him, I was like, listen, I'm not going to outpace myself. I was like, I'll ride how I feel safe. You do you. Now that's a freaking berm.
The last time I was here with Brad and his son, was that screen grabs I sent you the other night?
Yeah.
I was coming down too hard. I blew this thing down to the briars.
Holy crap, how far did you go?
Down over the edge.
That must have been fun. These whips are way better than Rampart. Jeez. That one felt good. There we go. Just gotta get back into the rhythm. little muddy. So guess what he told me? He was like, oh, if you hate mud, don't go ride Mines and Meadows, which is the first place I rode in Pennsylvania. And I didn't even film it because it sucked. That's a cool little spot. Oh, that's an awesome little spot. This trail must have been getting washed out or something. One little blip and she's up and over. I like it when I can't see the ground. Oh yeah. Whoa, sketchy ending. There you go, Zena. So should I actually do a vlog? I don't think it's going to be very good because I probably can't talk very well. But anyway, one of the subjects that I wanted to talk to you guys about for a minute is the fact that I am now too old for music. Uh-oh. You okay? Huh?
Careful about those boulders.
Yeah, you alright?
Yeah. Catch my breath.
Did you go off?
I went up there.
You took a little detour?
I took a little detour. That one boulder. Straight down from my finger at the very beginning. I hit that and it was all over.
Dang.
Started getting shit whipped. Like I thought I could ride it out. I gave it some more fuel. Like keep it under control.
Yeah. Alright, well thankfully that was an uneventful crash. He was alright, just lost it on the corner. But still, that's he's 7 years younger than I am. And I was telling him while we were taking a break there, that's one of the things you're gonna notice coming up. Pig's ear. I was like, that's one of the things you're going to notice coming up in life. You're going to slow way down because stuff like that will have you out of commission for 3 days. Can't go to work because you can't walk. So we traded some more stories. But here's why I'm too old for music. That I've realized recently. I've just completely stopped keeping up on current music, and I think that most of it's garbage. Can't stand mumble rappers or any of that crap, or any of the most of the auto-tune stuff. But yeah, I think at some point you hit an age where you're just like, you damn kids and your awful music, and I'm in there like, playing Biggie and Tool and Metallica, Rage Against the Machine. And Mike told me to talk about the new Tool album, which was what, 14 years to come, I believe. Don't quote me, but holy crap, I haven't even heard it yet. But I was a huge fan of their album Enema, or Enigma, I don't know how you say it. People say it all different ways. Oh, okay, I've seen this. I've seen that on video. But yeah, I was a huge fan of that. I wasn't too happy when all their stuff wasn't on Spotify. But he said that he's got Pandora, and it's on Pandora. So I'll have to check Spotify again and see if they finally gave up their ridiculous attitude. Which, if you don't know, their attitude actually kind of made sense, but I was like, it's kind of ridiculous. They say that their music is an experience, and you shouldn't be able to just play a single song or add a single song to a playlist. They want you to listen to the whole album. And that was their reasoning. It had nothing to do with money as far as I'm aware. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But I was like, okay, I get that. Like, I'm a big fan of Pink Floyd during my stoner years. And then now, not during my stoner, now after my stoner years, big fan of Pink Floyd. But, you know, their whole albums, their albums are meant to be listened to as an experience. And you can tell, like, when you do play single songs, that you'll catch the beginning of the ending of another song and the beginning of the song that you're going to listen to, or an interlude is just randomly placed. Wow, I think there was some cool stuff back there. But again, like, if you have stuff in a playlist, I'm fine with that. I expect that, you know. I know that albums have interludes and stuff, and I appreciate some of them. Oh, this is killer. Alright, Michael, we found my kind of trail here. This is my kind of stuff that I like to ride. Pick your way through. Oh, I love it. Like, yeah, I'm out of shape and stuff, but once you get riding again, you start hitting some stuff like that you're like real comfortable with. You feel it. The rhythm just comes flowing right back. And then you can start reading the trail much easier and seeing like what line you should be on and that kind of stuff. And that's one of the things about learning to ride. And I think why people have, whoa, I should have stood up for that. lazy CDS fella. One of the things that people have trouble with when they try to learn to ride is that they go so slow that they actually don't feel the rhythm of the trail. And it's a very important thing to be there. Caution dip. Are you serious? I'm guessing they meant right there. But once you get that, once you figure out that rhythm, you can ride way more aggressively, but safely as well, because you're in the zone of that particular trail. It's not always the case. Not always the case, but a lot. Debating whether or not to put down my face shield because he's gonna hit me with a freaking rock. Caution something. That was a good one. But alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Whoa, that was gnarly as shit. I was ending a video right there, and I had my hand off the bars going, peace, and that dip, I was like,
oh, that dip, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw the sign right then, I'm like, and I was gassing it, because I saw the little ramp up there, and I'm like, coming along